Hey, this is Kit Cabello of Hard Lens Media. We are still doing our coverage here in the People's Summit in the city of Chicago, my hometown. Today I'm joined here with
Josh Fox.
All right, Josh, what brings you here to the People's Summit, and essentially what message do you want to share with the people?
Well, I was at the People's Summit last year where I showed my film How to Let Go of the World and Love All the Things Climate Can't Change. I'm a Bernie Sanders surrogate, last year's campaign, and I'm showing my new film, which is called Awake, A Dream from Standing Rock, tomorrow night. So, I'm just happy to be at the People's Summit. It's an incredible gathering of progressives. It is the continuation of the political revolution, which we very much need in the United States, and so I'm just happy to be here.
Now, it's quite clear, since you mentioned about your previous work, your previous documentary at the first People's Summit, the Trump administration has pulled us out of the Paris Accord, and many of our international allies are still following it. Essentially, what are the damages and long-term effect that this could have on the United States in regards to trade and economics, as well as our environment?
Well, the first thing it damages is our credibility altogether. I mean, Donald Trump is a complete disaster. If for the United States to not follow science and to not live up to our obligations, our treaty obligations that we've signed with 200 other nations, is absolutely a disaster for diplomacy. It's also a disaster for the climate. We need climate action, and we need it very, very fast. We need to transform our energy system away from fossil fuels and onto renewable energy. So the Paris Climate Accord is a non-binding agreement that is largely symbolic. However, it is the thing that says we are, as a world, coming together to fight climate change because it is the gravest threat that we've faced as a species. Donald Trump, for some reason, thinks that he can unilaterally get the United States out of that, but I think that there's a lot of backlash right now, right? You're seeing cities like New York and whole states, New York State, California, Hawaii, rebelling. You're seeing people all across this world saying, wow, the United States has completely lost all moral leadership. Both from within and without the United States. We have to act now to restore our own credibility.
Now, essentially, Trump's not the only problem. There are Republicans and corporate Democrats who take money from corporations and fossil fuel industries that are still polluting our environment. Essentially, what needs to be done to effectively have real political forum, especially for the 2018 election cycle that's coming very soon?
Well, I was on the Democratic Platform Committee in 2016, and we had a big fight over fracking. The Democrats need to firmly stand behind a ban fracking initiative, as Bernie Sanders has done, because fracking and the continuing development of extreme fossil fuel production, fracking, the tar sands, the Bakken shale, all of these things are the most aggressive advancement of the fossil fuel agenda and expansion of fossil fuels on this continent that we've ever seen in our lifetimes. So we have to beat those back, those forms of extreme energy, mountaintop removal, offshore drilling, fracking, tar sands development. And at the same time, we have to vigorously move forward with what is the number one driving force of the economy in the world today, which is renewable energy. We are going to lose those jobs, those manufacturing jobs, those installation jobs, all of that to other countries if we don't step up right now and start to say fossil fuels are over, they're harming the planet, we must move forward in a different direction. But you're right, absolutely. The Republicans and a lot of the establishment Democrats are not really with the program. And Hillary Clinton, I believe, had she come out against fracking in a strong way, would have won Pennsylvania, would have won Michigan, would have won a lot of the states that she lost because it was crucial percentage points of people who could not bring themselves to vote for a pro-fracking candidate and stayed home. And that dampened the enthusiasm for the Democrats. We're seeing that all across the board. And if anything is a good indication of this, look at what just happened in the UK, where you have a real anti-fracking candidate, a very strong revolutionary candidate in Jeremy Corbyn, actually, way outperforming instead of what we've seen traditional Democrats do, which is underperform. That's what the People's Summit is about. That's what we're here to talk about.
So we need unapologetic progressives who will keep on fighting for people's issues and people's rights, correct?
Yeah, no question. I mean, look, we're in bad shape. Americans are in the same position, by and large, as we were in 2008 after the financial collapse. The recovery under Barack Obama, 95% of that went to the 1%, right? What does that mean? That means that basically the billionaires and millionaire class turned the United States over and shook the money out of its pockets like, a bully in a schoolyard. That's what the recovery was. We know here at the People's Summit and in progressive politics in the United States that we have to, move off of fossil fuels, but we also have to transform our economy to be much more equitable and fair. That's what these issues are. That's what we're here to talk about at the People's Summit.
All right, and final question, and this is what I've been asking a lot of people here. What do you want to say to people who are perhaps sitting in their homes, not doing anything, not getting involved?
America is not where its government is at. We are in a much, much more progressive place as a nation. You know, we've had 2 illegitimate presidents installed by the Electoral College in a row, right? George Bush, Donald Trump. We have a constitutional crisis on our hands. We have to take back American democracy if we're going to see change. There's no place on the couch for that, right? We have to be in the streets. We have to be here. Look, this is an amazing gathering. People here are so enthusiastic and so happy to be here. The revolution is not something angry or strange. The revolution is something beautiful, and it's about love, and it's about advancing all people, and we're having a good time. So if you're at home, you're missing out. Get over here. This is where the fun is.
All right, and where can our viewers and subscribers follow your work or see any of your future projects?
Well, Gasland and Gasland Part 2, those are on HBO and on Netflix. So is How to Let Go of the World. My new film is, we're doing community screenings all across the nation right now, and that's at awakethefilm.org, or you can follow me on Twitter, Josh Fox Film.
That's a great note to end it on. Let's all do what we can to build a better future, and Josh, thanks you for joining Hard Lens Media.